Imagine a world without these magnificent birds. Imagine humans living in a world too dangerous for them. What can we learn from these magnificent birds? What must we learn? For millions of years, eagles, hawks, falcons, owls, and other raptors have flown over our skies. But their world, our world, is changing at an increasingly rapid rate. As their interface with human activities expands, so do their injuries and illnesses. The tremendous loss of habitat makes them more vulnerable, and an ever-increasing number of chemicals in our environment threatens their health. As top of the food chain predators, raptors, like humans, are highly sensitive to these changes. And at a time when we need to increase awareness and more proactive behaviors, when we need stronger science to guide our decisions, we are instead becoming less engaged and spending less time in the natural world. Since 1974, the Raptor Center at the University of Minnesota has focused on this critical connection between raptors, humans, and the environment. It has worked to restore endangered species such as the California condor, bald eagle, and peregrine falcon. It has studied the hazards to raptor health, including toxins such as pesticides and lead. And it has looked to identify new threats such as West Nile virus and avian influenza.
The circumstances that led to the development of the Raptor Center go back in history probably many hundreds of years, but certainly from the time of the European settlement of this country and going forward to the 1950s and 1960s, our society operated largely on a concept of manifest destiny, that this land was here to be utilized and exploited, not only the land but all the resources and all the life forms that existed on it. These things were there, humans were what mattered, nothing else mattered, and we could just use the resources of the land however we saw fit.
Today, the Raptor Center is a world leader in the medical care of raptors, treating 700 to 800 raptors each year. Each raptor that enters their doors provides another piece of information about the health of the natural world. Some of these clues have the potential to crack many of the mysteries that exist today.
We know today, however, that these magnificent birds, as top of the food chain predators, are sentinels for ecosystems. They reflect what is happening in their environment, in our environment. Through their food intake and exposure to their surroundings, these long-lived birds bioaccumulate or build up in their bodies toxins and chemicals found in the environment. Through studying their health issues, we can learn much about the challenges the natural world is facing.
Learning what the raptors have to tell us is only one part of the Raptor Center's mission. The center's strong international reputation is reflected in its international training program for veterinarians. Over 300 students from 27 countries have come to study raptor medicine and surgery at the Raptor Center, learning along the way how veterinarians can impact conservation issues.
I wanted to come to the Raptor Center to study because I wanted to broaden my veterinary medical knowledge in avian medicine and surgery, especially learn about individual-based medicine, but also expand into population-based medicine.
There is a saying, we only take care of what we love. We only love what we understand, and we only understand what we are taught. We must expand our teaching about wildlife and the natural world and re-engage students for all our sakes.
I want to take back to Costa Rica knowledge about conservation medicine, principles about conservation biology that are actually applicable and that can be interrelated with veterinary medicine in order to help species.
The critical work done at the Raptor Center is possible because of the strong support of the community. Over 50% of its operating budget is dependent on philanthropic giving, and its staff's efforts are supplemented by the work of over 300 regular volunteers.
I am one of the education volunteers. Working with these birds has been something that I'm very passionate about. And about 6 years ago, I decided that I really wanted to commit some of my time to the Raptor Center and to really protect these birds. It's really, really very important to keep these birds here and around. I think a lot of people, with everything being so urban, don't get a really good chance to see these birds, and I think that it is part of everybody's responsibility, including myself, to make sure that that message gets across.
Also, of course, financial donations are very important because we operate primarily with private donations. That's how my wife and I got involved, was through making financial donations. Now we do more volunteer work and other things to help the Raptor Center preserve our ecology.
From the very beginning, the Raptor Center has been able to exist and ultimately flourish because of the community support that we've engendered and enjoy. Clearly, the most important of all of these things is finances. It costs a lot of money to run this operation. We have a lot of people here that need to be supported, all very highly skilled professionals in their own right, but we need the financial support in order to make that all work.
The essence of the Raptor Center's mission is to strengthen the bond between humans and birds, to improve the quality of life for both, and to contribute to their preservation. Help us impact the future and protect the natural world. Join us today.